Hey guys, welcome back. So this is going to be not about AutoCAD this time. This is going to be about GarageBand. I got a request to make tutorials for GarageBand from one of my friends, and that's where it hit me that I should probably make GarageBand for a lot of my friends because it's a free software that comes with Mac. And honestly, I'm just trying to link up with my friends and make music together, so whatever it takes. So yeah, this is really exciting. This is going to be the first episode of GarageBand tutorials. I'm going to cut to the chase and not go over all the stuff that will be in a manual. I'm going to get you guys started into making a track. And that's really what it's all about, is being able to actually make a track. You'll find your own ways on how to work, and you'll find all the hotkeys after that, and stuff like that. So I just want to prepare you guys right away to start making something so you guys can actually see the results of your work. And with learning a program, it's kind of boring to learn all the fundamentals and then not have any fun with it. So I want to go ahead and start having fun with it in the first episode so you guys get a good feel of how great this program is. Now, GarageBand is a free software that comes with every Mac. At least it should come with every Mac. I'm not sure if the old Macs don't automatically come with it, but it should be free on the App Store for Mac. And I also have Logic Pro, which is going to be a paid version of it's kind of like GarageBand, but it's not exactly GarageBand. But everything, all the formats are almost exactly the same. So it's literally just a $300 worth over the free GarageBand software, so you can see how there's going to be a lot of improvements and a lot of extra cool things that you guys can do. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. When you guys open GarageBand, you should be able to see this screen. And from here you can do a couple of things. You can create a new empty project. You can open these right here. But what I recommend out of all these is the empty project, which you're starting from scratch. The Electro-Mek, it kind of has like preset songs in there that you guys can mess around with, and you guys can make your beats along with something that's already made for you. Also, I recommend Keyboard Collection because it has a lot of keyboards, and there's instruments in there that are pretty good that already are on the draft for you guys to go ahead and start. And I also like the hip hop one because the hip hop has these beat makers. It's kind of like artists in the program that have their own types of beats, and you can change their beats, their styles, and stuff like that. Like they have like South Side style and North Side style for hip hop. So I am going to show you guys the hip hop. Okay, so this is the screen that you guys are going to have shown, and it looks a little confusing right now. But to make it less confusing, I'm going to hide a few things. I'm going to go to this top one, click on that, and click on that. Now, if you guys hide everything, this is the only thing that can't be hidden. So you can see here that these are different instruments. Sometimes they're the same picture, but they're different instruments. Now, this is going to be what you guys are going to use to stop and play a song. So this has a beat that's already pre-made. If I want to play that, you guys can see this yellow bar, that's the only thing that is going to play. If you guys want to keep going, you guys can hide that bar by just clicking on it, and it'll play all the way through, and it'll just not stop. Now I do want it to stop. I want it to loop is what we call it. So if I want it to loop, I want to click on that yellow. If that yellow is somewhere else and you want to move it here, you can literally drag it. You can also go to the ends of it and make it shorter or longer. And you guys can see that you can snap it onto different parts of the bars. So I'm going to keep it there. Now I'm going to play this beat that was already pre-made. So let's try it out. Alright, and that just repeats for another 4 bars. So I'm going to change the beat. I want to change the beat. So what should I do? I'm going to go to the library, and that's going to change. You'll be able to see things that you can change right here. Like let's say I don't want hip hop anymore. I can just go to Electro-Mek. I'm gonna choose Julian because I have a friend named Julian. So I'll try him out. See what that sounds like. Alright, so you can see that if you choose different guys, it'll sound differently. By the way, if your playhead is somewhere in the front and you want to move it back, just go ahead and move it back with that until it has a square. That means you're starting in the beginning. Also, if you have your yellow here and you press that, it's going to go to the beginning of where that yellow bar is. So if you guys want to start all the way from the beginning, just drag it all the way back. Okay, let's go ahead and play that. See, that one's more of a dubstep feel. And there's R&B, there's also alternative rock. Let's go for rock. I never actually tried the rock one. Nice. Let's try that one. Alright, so you guys can see that you guys have already a beat that you can work with. So if you don't know how to make beats, you can use these whenever you start the new GarageBand. You can go to the hip hop section or the electronic section too, and you guys can have your producers already there to put a beat on there for you. And now these are empty, and I want to play them. So in order to do that, just click this, and now I want to know how I can put any melodies on it or any keys into it. So one thing you can do is you can open up this scissor looking icon here. That means editors. I don't know why it's scissors, but if you open that up, this is what it is. It's just a piano on your screen. Let me change the instrument. Okay, so you guys can use your mouse and click on the keyboards, and you guys can play that. Or what you can do is you can hit Command K. Make sure you leave the command pressed and then press K. Then let that go, and you can see that this keyboard pops up. Now this is a keyboard you guys can use with your actual keyboard on your laptop. And you can see that each letter represents a key on a piano. And you guys can actually play chords with it. So yes, if you guys want to use a keyboard and you guys don't have one, you guys can definitely do that. And honestly, that's what I use mostly. I do have a little keyboard that I connected to my laptop to play with, but I don't use it as much as I do the keyboard, because sometimes for hip hop all you need is just one key each time, and that's pretty self-sufficient for that. So I'm going to close that out. Another thing you guys can do is, if you guys are actually going to play the beat, what you guys can do is, I'm going to zoom out of this. Just go ahead and use your keypad, your touchpad actually, and you guys can zoom in and out. I'm going to shorten this out to 4 bars just to keep my work simple. There you go. And now I want to make a beat. So what can I do to do that? What I did was, if you have a Mac, you can hard press onto this empty screen, and you guys can see that that pops up. And now what you can do is you can either extend that, or you can keep that and loop it if you guys have that same beat that you want to get played every single bar. So now you can see that here in the bottom, you guys can see that that green box is shown here on the bottom for the keys. So now what I can do is I can long press here, and it'll actually put a key into it. And if you guys keep doing that, you guys can play it after, and it'll actually play with the pattern that you guys put it on. Now I'm not actually putting a actual good song or anything like that. I'm just pressing keys on here. So I'm gonna play that and let's try it out. Pretty good. I'm gonna shorten that so I can loop it. Alright, that's pretty bad, but yes, you guys can see the point there. I'm not trying to make a good song or anything like that. I want to show you guys that you guys can do that. So let's say I want to delete it. Just go ahead and click on that and delete.